2021 has been one of the best years for anime in a while, and during 2021, I watched a good amount of anime and read a good amount of manga. I say good amount because I didn't watch and read a lot per se, but I still watched/read a decent amount. This is going to be my last video before 2022, which by the time I'm making the script is about to be done in like a week. And I thought it would be fitting to rank every single anime manga I've seen in 2021 from worst to best. Now warning, I will be talking so much shit in this video, so if your peak fiction gets slandered, then that probably means it's garbage, because all my takes are 100% objective. But anyways, moving on to the video. Now to start off, we got God of High School. Now, I don't think anyone likes this garbage, and if you do, you might want to get checked out. It's just fights with no brim. And yeah, sure, that's a lot of shonen anime, but like at least they're somewhat entertaining when no fights are going on. I literally fucking skipped 60% of the dialogue for my own sanity, and don't make me get started on the characters. I only know the main character's name and that's it. And this goes for everyone as well. There's no fucking way you can tell me who this nigga is without looking it up. If a nigga has me at gunpoint and says the only way to survive is to name 5 God of High School characters, I'll tell that man to hurry up and shoot. Next up is Saiki K. Only 14-year-old TikTok addicted Visco girls find this shit funny. After that is Toilet Bound Hanako. What the fuck? I don't even know why the fuck I watched this shit. I literally remember one thing about this anime, and that's the main character's name, because his name is literally the title of the show. Next is Serial Experiments Lane. The only way to enjoy this anime is to watch it on acid. The opening is a fucking banger though, so that raises the score by like 0.5, but the story itself, I can't even tell you how bad it was because I was only awake for like 2 episodes. I don't even know where this anime peaks. That's how fucking trash it is. Next up is the Saga of Tanya the Evil. Next up is Trigun. Now I fucking love Vash, she's one of the goats, but Trigun was kind of a snooze sometimes. I know it's considered a classic amongst anime fans, which I get, but come on guys, Trigun isn't even touching Hellsing or Cowboy Bebop in any way, shape, or form. Like, Trigun is an absolute classic for sure, but Cowboy Bebop? Snap out of it. Next up we got Re:Zero. Probably the most overrated anime to ever exist, but for an isekai, this shit's actually good. Now here's a fun fact that little anime fans know, but there are only like 5 good isekais. They always genuinely suck, and to keep entertained they always rely on either titties or magic. Re:Zero is different because it actually has a good plot and good characters, which is rare for an isekai, because usually you only remember the main character, or like maybe a side bitch, everyone else you forget. Next up is Kaguya-sama Love is War. Now romance and slice of life is personally a boring genre to me, but Kaguya-sama actually made me laugh a couple of times. Now it's hard to admit because, you know, look at this shit, but it's a chill anime to watch that doesn't really have like crazy fights or deaths or plot twists. It's just fun, you know, what a slice of life should be. Moving on, we got Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. Now I won't lie, this anime is actually really good, but it just has slow and boring parts, so that's dragging it down. Also, the best character literally got 4 seconds of screen time, and the main character was hella cringe, but the fights are absolutely phenomenal. This might be a hot take, but I don't really care, bitch ass nigga, get mad. Fate series is top 3 in all anime manga when it comes to fights. They're all magnificent. Next up is Tokyo Ghoul manga. Now this was the first thing I ever read in 2021, all the way back in January, so I forgot like 80% of the story. But it's fire and the art is good. Let's have a moment of silence for all the people that watch Tokyo Ghoul instead of reading it. You poor souls. Now this is where we start to get towards the heat. Next up is Record of Ragnarok manga. This is how you make a manga full of fights actually entertaining. Ragnarok has some of the craziest shit I've seen in the manga, like Adam vs Zeus and Jack the Ripper vs Hercules. Even the worst fight in this manga is still a masterpiece. It's a shame they decided to let the anime be made by fucking Queen Bee. Our first 9 out of 10 on this list is Jujutsu Kaisen manga. Now a few months ago I talked about Shibuya and how fire it is and shit, and yeah, come on. That one arc alone brought JJK all the way up. When Shibuya gets adapted into an anime, JJK will be goated, god tier, amazing. JJK is a king of new gen shonen, and all the fights are goated, all the characters are sauced up. It's like a mixture of Naruto and Bleach, and it works. Next up is a manga by the king himself, Naoki Urasawa, 20th Century Boys. Now, if you don't like the dialogue heavy shit, then fuck out of here, but this manga is very dialogue heavy, but the thing is, the characters are so good, it doesn't matter. Kenji, go. Kana, go. Ocho, go. Friend, GOAT. The fact that Urasawa made Monster then spun back to drop this shit, man. If y'all don't put this nigga's face on Mount Rushmore. Next up is the Attack on Titan manga, an absolute classic series. Too bad it had a worse ending than fucking School Days. After that we got Yu Yu Hakusho. One of the classic anime I didn't grow up with, so I decided to watch it around March of this year, and it quickly became one of the greatest shonen I've ever seen. I'm a big Yusuke fan, I'm a big Togashi fan, so you know, of course, the King of 90s shonen has to be on this list. Next up is a very, very hot take, because this manga has been very horrible lately according to literally everybody. But I stopped reading it around chapter 205, but I got Tokyo Avengers. This is exactly what I needed from a manga. Gang violence. Yeah, sure, the main character's a bitch, so? Do you not see the niggas he has to fight? What are they feeding these kids? Bro could be 14 years old with a full grown beard and 200 pounds of muscle. Takemichi's a realistic character, but since you dumbass niggas always want to see someone power up and yell, "I won't let you hurt my friends," then go ahead, watch Fairy Tail or some shit. This manga takes place in real life, my nigga. Y'all here talking about, "Oh, Takemichi's such a bitch, he can't even fight." The niggas this man has to fight are probably twice your fucking size that can spin your jaw by sneezing. Now sit your soft ass down and enjoy the fucking manga. Next up is my highest rated 2021 anime, which is Fate Zero. Now this anime is a hidden gem. If you haven't seen it yet, then please watch it. Alright, coming in at number 3 is Goodnight Pun Pun. If you know about this manga, you're either well cultured and an anime manga veteran, or depressed. Do not read this cause it's not a happy manga. As a matter of fact, let me just scare you away from this manga. It covers literally everything bad in the world. Shit like drug abuse, suicide, depression, rape. The only reason I read this cause my nigga Pun Pun's development is the greatest development I've seen in any form of anime manga. Also, cause I ain't no bitch. Number 2 is the greatest anime manga to ever come out in the last decade, and that is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 8 JoJolion. I have sucked off JoJo's on this channel like 50 fucking times, and I'm about to make it 51. Part 8 is absolutely phenomenal. Jobin is one of the greatest characters of all time, and not just in anime manga, like of all time. Araki nailed it with Part 8, but it's a shame that there's only like 12 Part 8 fans in the entire world because everybody stops at Part 7. And the greatest manga I read this year was Haikyuu. Absolutely phenomenal manga. Everything about it is goated. Alright, let me stop. It's Berserk. It took me a fat minute to finish Berserk. I started that shit back in 2019, and I just never took my time to finish it until like October. But everybody knows Berserk is one of the best manga of all time, and if you disagree, you're literally trying. Like, nigga, stop. It's okay to fit in. Stop trying to be quirky. We all love Berserk. Anyways, that was the list, as you can tell. I watched and read mostly good shit this year, because if an anime manga was trash, I just straight up drop it. So all the ones I didn't complete ain't on this list. Have a happy new year, y'all boys. Much love, and I'm out.